Now, the Obuasi Basic School in the Obuasi East District of the Ashanti region has been closed down following a violent attack on teachers for an alleged caning of a JHS 3 people. Now, some of the pupils told our sister station at Doom FM that the JHS 3 people was playing with mangoes while classes were ongoing. A teacher who saw the action proceeded to punish the said people. The people is said to have run to inform his relatives, who then rushed to the school with cutlasses and clubs to attack the teacher. 2 female teachers, one of whom was pregnant, are said to have sustained various degrees of injury. Some of the people spoke to JoyNews.
We are pleading with the youth in the community. We want them to understand that the teachers are helping shape us. The gentleman came around with other young men in the community to attack the teacher who beat his sibling. The attacker's own sister held the cutlass he wielded to prevent him from using it, but he slashed her sister's palms with the cutlass. Another teacher who was pregnant sustained some injuries.
Now, the Obuasi East District Director of Education, Kwabena Owusu-Nketia, confirmed the incident and indicated that the case has been reported to the police.
Teacher Nino Abo Akodana Ba Manensa Huabia.
I was informed that the people had sustained a light injury after a teacher caned them. The school had been shut. I'm told that some people from the community stormed the school and attacked the teachers. About 6 or 7 people who carried clubs and cutlasses. And the worrying aspect of this story is that a sibling of the leader of the attackers, who was trying to prevent him from using the cutlass, sustained injuries when she tried to take the cutlass from him. It means that if he had come to meet the teacher who caned his sibling, the story would have been worse. The people who did this live in this community. The people know them. We should be able to arrest them and hand them over to the police so the teachers feel safe. In that case, the school can reopen.
Now, the Obuasi East DC for Imisa condemned the incident and called on the committee members of the town to arrest the leaders of the disturbances and hand them over to the police. She joins us live now on the telephone lines. Now, grateful to have joined us. What steps have you taken on this sad incident?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. This morning, I met the stakeholders of the community. I mean, the Kwemada, the assembly member, the youth committee members, and encourage them to help arrest those people.
Well, so that's one step. We need to ensure that this doesn't.
They will assist the police to arrest them. I also engaged the teachers and assured them that it will not happen again. God will mandate to come to school so that the people can be in school. For the meantime, the teachers, in fact, they told me until those guys are arrested, they cannot come to school.
Okay. So what is the assembly doing, or what do you intend to do to prevent a further occurrence? Because like you said, you are assuring the teachers that that won't happen again. So what are you doing?
The assembly, like I said earlier, we are collaborating with the police to arrest those guys, and then after that, we will continue with the sensitization program in the community to let them be aware of the fact that resorting to violence is not the best way to deal with issues. If they have issues, we have SMC members in the community. They can go to them, they can go to the head teachers to express their views or their concerns. They don't have to attack teachers at school. So we'll continue doing the sensitization in the community to avoid future occurrences.
Okay, I'm grateful to you. Now we're also joined by Divine Pe, Senior Programs Officer at the EduWatch. Why do these things keep happening?
All right, thank you. Good evening to your viewers and to yourself. First, let me start by expressing my sympathy to the affected teachers, and then also express in clear terms our condemnation of the attack. It's quite continuous. If you monitor the news for the period, you'd have noticed that attack on teachers is quite on the high, and we need to condemn them in clear terms. And having said that, it's also very important for community leaders, the SMC and the PTA also to send a tone that actually tells the community members, especially the youth, that they will not condone or shield anyone that will continue to threaten teachers or even attack them. But having said that, once there's a ban, because the central issue over here is about a teacher caning a pupil, and we understand that it has resulted in some minor injury. Once there remains a ban on corporal punishment, we also want to encourage teachers to live by that. And because the corporal punishment is to provide an avenue that is only head teachers that can mete out a punishment. And it's very important that teachers also, as much as possible, we try to comply with that ban. Otherwise, I'm sure some of these issues will continue to reoccur. For the community members, as rightly mentioned by the DC, it's very important. If some of these issues are coming up, it's very important they use the law. They can report to the district as education directorate so that they can take action other than resorting to violence themselves. So we'll encourage community members, if it is about a teacher violating the ban on corporal punishment, instead of taking action into their own hands, they should also use the law. But going forward on the road, we need to have a conversation on the policy that actually ban corporal punishment in our school. Because if you do policy and practice prognosis, you understand that the acceptance of the policy by teachers is still hanging. We can say boldly that majority of the teachers have never accepted the ban on corporal punishment. We are recently doing a study on gender transformative education, and part of it is to understand how, or to the extent how teachers have accepted the corporal punishment. And we can say that majority of the teachers have never accepted the ban on corporal punishment. That gap that is existing in the policy actually needs to be addressed, and we have to have a conversation. The government will need to have a conversation with the teacher union. We have to review the policy. We need to, and where there are gaps, we address. Otherwise, especially the acceptance, the policy acceptance on the part of teachers, so that we can address the hanging issue when it comes to the practice of the policy.
Okay, grateful to you, Divine Prayer, for joining us here. Now, let's